His personal narrative of individuals who have experienced being sheltered. The project is aimed at educating the community on the underlying causes of homeless, cultivating empathy, mitigating stigma, ultimately enhancing support and resources for our partners seated with dwellings.
Hello, everyone. Hello, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Yes. So, hello, welcome to be here. My name is Brett.
Switch.
My name is Brett. On behalf of City Dwellings. This has been a long journey, and one thing that I actually have not shared with my own group is that my family has taken care of my nephew. And the reason my family is taking care of my nephew is because my brother was homeless. And he was homeless here in Winston-Salem. And it was a rough thing to deal with because he had burned quite a few bridges to get to the place that he was at. And for me, every time I saw a homeless person, I'll be honest with you, I chose not to see them because it reminded me of my family situation and I didn't like it. And that story resonated with me every time. And then when I had the opportunity to do this group and to work at City of Dwellings and work with the unsheltered and the people without homes, and I looked around and it was just like, these are just people trying to make it, trying to get through life, trying to do what is necessary to get to the next stage. And it made me think, I need to see these people. And how many of us walk through our day-to-day life, just walk here and don't see the homeless? You may or may not have noticed that there was an unsheltered person in front of this building as you walked in. And there's a picture that will show. And I think that we choose to see them or we choose not to see them. And I do want to give a shout out to Catherine because she actually walked up to this person, moved their hair out of the way and checked on them, and so asked if they were okay. But how many of us walked past this person and didn't give it a second thought? This particular situation, this was one of our own, Beth Hinesley, who was laying in front of the building. And we wanted to do that to show that the people that we see on the street could be someone that we know, could be our own family, could be our own brother or sister. We created 4 videos to highlight City of Dwellings, but we'd like to show you one.
My name is Tanisha. I have been successfully housed for the last 9 years. I was homeless for a total of 2.5, 3 years. The first time was at 20 after a sexual assault. And the second time was with my family, my husband and my son, who was 11 at the time. We never thought that we would be homeless. I worked as a nurse and made good money. My husband was a customer service rep. And the things that led to us becoming homeless were not properly managing our money. My husband lost his job. They let all of the blind people go. And I became disabled because of a car accident and I could no longer work. So we were evicted from our apartment. We ended up at Salvation Army and I became the mother of the place. If anybody needed anything, they came to me. It was a beautiful time of friendship. It was a beautiful time of getting to know myself. And once I got approved for disability, I was able to get help for the medical conditions that I had. I walked around on crutches for a year because I didn't have insurance. When we became housed, I got myself together and decided that I was gonna give back. So I started volunteering at Citywood Dwellings with their overflow shelter. And anytime that they needed me, I would be there. And it became a passion of mine because I knew what people felt. I knew what it was like to be out in the rain. I knew what it was like to live in my car. I knew what it was like to struggle. I knew what it was like to be hungry, because my child always came first. Citywood Dwellings hired me after about 4 years of working at the overflow shelter. And I've been here for the last 3 years and working as a peer support specialist, helping people to get back on their feet, providing hope, and helping to reduce their fears of being out on the streets. What I'd like people to know is that the homeless people are not lazy. Everyone is not a drug addict. Everybody does not have a mental health issue. Some people are there by choice. Some people don't know how to make their own decisions. Some people make poor financial decisions. And all those things need to be taken into consideration. I think we need to have more programming. I think the city needs to provide more benefits for people who are homeless so that they are not seen as a scourge on the city.
So, Citywood Dwellings, in one of the videos, it was a lady who shared information around the trash that accumulates at some of the campsites. And I felt so moved by that I decided to pull my corporation in, because at Siemens Energy, sustainability is at the core of our company strategy. Not only is it in a way demoralizing, but it is also just a sanitation issue. So we hope to partner with Citywood Dwellings and offer trash pickup through the city so that people can feel in a bad situation. And today I want to call you all to action. Please feel free to scan the QR code and see how you can help. It's plain old volunteering. It's also financial compensation. It's opportunities to just go out and have a conversation with people, because ultimately, and this is what I love about leadership in Salem, we are all just human. And it doesn't matter where you're from, what your backstory is, ultimately, we all seek a connection. So, thank you guys. Thank you, team. We have all been impacted in one way or another with the unsheltered community, and we just hope that you guys can jump in and be called to action as well. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to invite our community partner to say a few words. Well, she looks familiar.
Hello, everyone. I am not a speech giver. I always try to speak from my heart because I think that's the only way to affect people. As you saw my story, we've been homeless. We know what it's like out there. it is a big problem in Winston-Salem, and I am trying to encourage people to do what they can to help us get people off the street, get them into, places, get them the help that they need, whether it be drug rehab or mental health, or even those people who choose to be out on the street. There are ways to support them other than financial. Just like someone said, let them know that they're seen, say hello, make friends with them. Those relationships are so important. And I just love that Winston-Salem is like that. We're so friendly, we're so giving, we're so loving, and I like to see more of that in this city. City with Dwellings is about to do big things. I can't say anything, I really wish I could. But we have some big things coming down the pike, and I'm so excited about it because we have some long-term solutions for people who are experiencing homelessness, and I think that's what we need. We have the shelters which are short-term, and they're not really addressing the problem other than kind of warehousing people. So we need to get out there and create these long-term solutions for homelessness. But I encourage everybody to contribute financially because we do need help. We do have these projects coming up. I work specifically with women, and I deal with a lot of their issues. So we have a women's group I facilitate every Wednesday. We have other needs in City with Dwellings, just every day, people needing assistance with rent and other things. But I just wanna say that I appreciate Winston-Salem leadership for coming and actually taking a look at us because we do good.